What's going on, all? So you can actually see right here where I actually need to put a side table. Now, one of the things I like about the design of this room is it's got an open space. You can actually walk between the furniture. There's a lot of walking around to do. Don't mind my pajamas. I'm here opening stuff like it's Christmas morning. It's great. It's really fun actually. But another challenge that I have is I like my furniture a little low to the ground. You really can't tell from this angle, but um, aside from the big, lazy boy over there, I've got a lot of these lower to the ground futon style couches because I just really dig them. I think most furniture, biggest challenge that I have with most furniture is I just don't like how big and obnoxious they are, right? Like I'm way more comfortable in these. I like the way they look. I like they look. I like how they fit the decor. I like how I can sit in them. So the challenge I have with getting side tables is everything's too big. Everything's just obnoxiously big. I don't know why shopping for furniture is so hard. Everything is enormous. Everything is like three times the size that it needs to be, unless you shop in Asia and then I transfer all that over. I think that's the biggest challenge I find in the Western Hemisphere is everything is just obnoxiously bigger than it needs to be, uh, to the point where it actually hinders design elements and functional space and just even aesthetics. There's just a lot, there's a lot to that. So I really wanted to get one of these side tables from the brand, and unfortunately it's covered up here by the shipping sticker, but this is the brand Song Mics, who make the VASAGLE. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to say VASAGLE. But they were kind enough to send me this end table, and we are going to now put it together and see how it goes with the space. You ready? I'm pulling this out for the first time. I went through the work of opening things up, and I'm pulling it out for the first time. What we got here? Okay. I do like these. I actually might save these. This is what they're using to protect the actual top of the table. But when if kids are coming over or elderly folk, I actually really like this to protect the corners, of jabbing people. I don't know. So I'm gonna actually set these aside and save them. I dig them. All right. There's a lot of styrofoam in this packaging. I mean, I guess they have to, right? It's well packed. It was taped up really well. Like it took me a bit with the razor to get the side open, which is why I pre-opened it. This is the cool part. This is the cool part about this table. Papam! I love the fact that this is here. It's going to save. It's going to save a lot on having to put extension cords. I'm so tired of cords running around, and my robot vacuum cleaner is always getting stuck in them and stuff like that. I mean, this even has USB outlets. I mean, this is great. I really love it so far, and it does go with the decor very nicely. The one thing I do notice now, comparing it to my coffee table here, is that the color is slightly different than how it appears online. I think it's a little darker and a little more of a deep brown. So that's just something we need to take into consideration. And again, I seeing that this is now labeled number C lets me know that this actually might be a nice, easy to do assembly. The instructions, which I will actually use. Let's find English. ¿Dónde está inglés? There we go. Turn up the guidelines for the actual assembly instructions. Oh, we go. The assembly instructions are like a Lego set. There's like no words and just pictures with arrows. All right. Set this aside over here. Let's see what else we got in the box. They really go to town. Here's something else that I'm really liking about this. There was some of these other tables I looked at were just they were laminated with the wood look. I mean, it was like a kind of a powdery board, but laminated. This is actual wood. This looks like actual stained wood. Unless they did a super good job of creating the grain, this looks like real wood to me. It feels like real wood to me. I'm actually impressed by that compared to a lot of the other options I was looking at. God, there's so much in this box. I already lost one of these. Set that side over there. Come on. Something stuck at the bottom here. More leg stuff, I'm assuming. A lot going on in this box. Getting out. It's like it's taped to the other end of the box. It is taped to the other end of the box. So what I'm going to do is go with the plastic. All right, I think that's everything in the box, finally. And the bag of stuff. Will I need tools? Let's find out. I hope not. Let's see what we got. Okay, these. Little Allen wrench. Basic plastic wrench will fit in those. Another little wrench. Okay. Looks like I do not need to go get the screwdriver, which I am very grateful for. These, it's interesting. They almost look like deck screws. So I'm hoping the little wrenches that they provided are going to be enough. All right. Letter A. This is letter A. All right, let's just get started with these instructions there, buddy. Jump ahead. It says I'm going to need a drill, a pencil, and a couple screwdrivers. I don't know about that. Let's try to make this by hand. Otherwise, this is going to be a very, very long video. So, yeah, I don't want to do the speed up thing, so let's actually go to town and do this. All right. We're going to take letter D, one of these. And again, I know the protocol for this would be to me to actually do this and, you know, multiply the speed times 10 so it's all fast and whatnot. I don't think that's going to be helpful. So I think we're going to do it in real time. Hopefully on whatever platform you're looking at this, there's a speed button. If you are in a hurry and you want to see this, maybe you can control the speed on your end. So I just don't think it's going to be helpful for most people watching this if I speed this up without, you know, I think it's important to watch this in real time. Okay, first things first. The number 4s, which are these little things that look like feet. Okay, so we're going to put the number 4s on these letter V's. Because if I can actually get this done without having to bust out the drill and the screwdrivers, it's going to be a lot of plus points on my review of this thing. And I'll remove the little D's and C's stickers at the end when I am done. All right, what's next? Wow, already sliding. These are the letter E's. We're already sliding things into things. It's really fun, man. It's like watching my nephew do a Lego set. He's so good at it now. He doesn't even bother with the instructions and stuff to figure it out. Am I doing this correctly? I am doing this correctly. Okay. Times 2. E. What? I want the stickers. I'm turning the sides like that. You know what? I'm gonna do them so the stickers are all the same side. God, we're 12 minutes into this video. All right. I'm assuming now some screws are going in there. The number 3s. And the number 3s are the super little ones. Oh, they've already got them in the package too, so they're going to have a lot of trouble. It's amazing the collection of these little wrenches I have from furniture over the years. All right, so the bigger wrench is going to be the one that fits in these little number 3s. And first, it's interesting that they say use a drill. I don't know about you, but I don't have an Allen wrench drill bit. I don't even know where they make such things. Oh, this is great. So I don't actually do these super tight because I don't know. I don't want to damage threads and stuff. And so when I generally do these, I do it like when you're closing a mason jar. You close it and then you go an extra like quarter turn, maybe a couple. So it's not overly tight. It's kind of the method I plan on doing here. I'm not going too tight. Just tight enough to tight enough where there's no wobble, but not so tight where things start breaking or I can't take it apart. Although this table isn't small enough where I shouldn't have to. I'm sure I can move it from room to room. Probably fits. Fully assembled, it probably fits in a car seat. And you know what? The difference in color is not going to bother me too much because it's only going to sort of clash with this coffee table. I guess I have trim that's lighter that it might clash with. But eventually, as you can tell from the background, that coffee table is even taller than I care for it to be. It's really nice, though. It's got those stone inlays. But just no need for things to be that big. What's going on? Look at 17 minutes in. I've only got one side done. This is going to be one of those videos you're going to want to just keep track of, come back to probably often, or just do it with me in real time. We'll do this together. Assuming you are also looking at this because you're assembling one, or you're looking at this because you're curious about buying one. You want to know what you're getting into. Honestly, compared to putting those futons together and pretty much any other furniture I've got in my house, so far so good on this one. I mean, this definitely gets a thumbs up in assembly so far. And I say so far, not that deep into it. But as we see already, nothing that's going to be slapped together in 5 minutes or less. I mean, but is anything? I mean, I really suggest you do what I do. Pretend it's Christmas morning and sit here in your pajamas with a nice cup of coffee. Just kind of take your time and enjoy it. Enjoy the assembly process. Well, we are on step 3. So in theory, I think we're halfway done. I don't think there's more than 6 steps to this. Okay, lining up the screw on this side is giving me trouble. There we go, I got it. I just have to push down a little more on this. I think it's gonna have trouble tightening though. This seems like on one side there's a bit of an angle. Hope it corrects itself as the screw drives in. It's going fine. Okay, it's not as flush as I would like it to be. On one side, it's just slightly wonky. I think the machine that's made this didn't necessarily line up that hole at perfectly level. It's actually not a big deal. All right, now we're gonna finally step 4. Bust out two. Where are the number 1 screws? Ah, God, there's more. Extras. Let's put the extras. All right, part number A. This is cool. So these are not center, so it matters which direction these are going to go in. So it looks like, so you notice the holes are not there, right? They're not symmetrical for a reason. So I want to do this where the holes are on the bottom, so I don't have to take it apart and do it, because it's going to line up like so. Interesting. There is no rubber foot. It's hollow here. You actually like hide stuff in there if you wanted to. So it's hollow on one side, which is very interesting. You would think that's not great for the wood, but I think it's going to be all right. And then I'm going to use the number 2 screws to get those in. So let's bust out the number 2s. Wrench. It's got the same wrench, the thick one. This little one, I've yet to find a use for. All right, so we're gonna go like this. Line up nicely so far. Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's really cool that they pre-built actual metal. I mean, they drilled the actual anchors in here. So I've assembled furniture where you're just going through the wood itself. I just want to eyeball this so it lines up a little better. When I say eyeball, it lines up a little better. I'm looking at there's like this between, which you can't really see, just between the leg and the edge of the table. I just kind of want to make sure from this area down to this area looks like it's the same width. It's awesome. That's really nice. I didn't even have to tighten it that much. There's zero wobble. That's really nice. I'm really liking the look of how this is coming together. So you'll notice I fished the screw in here first. That way it's easier for me to line it up into little anchors that we got here. It was nice. I can go back to this righty tighty, lefty loosey. I was working on a toilet not too long ago. It was the opposite on that. It was driving me nuts. It was so confusing. So confusing. Like think your intuition is just upside down. How to do this, right? I had to go counterclockwise. It was driving me crazy. Very nice. All right, now what's next? All right, now we're on step 5. Very cool. And extra number 2. Oh, there's a bottom ledge. Interesting. So now we finally get to do this cool part. How is this gonna go in there? Interesting. So this goes. Whoa. That I did not expect. All right, so let's get out the number 1 screws. So this is going to go like this. But unfortunately, it's not. I was hoping there'd be like a little ledge for it to go on. I have to hold it in place a little. And I guess it does fit in here pretty well, but the screws are now going to go on this, come in on the sides. Okay, the table's a little darker than I expected it to be, so hopefully you can actually see this okay. It's kind of a dark brown on black thing going on, even though the lighting's on full force here. I mean, I'd go bust out the ring light and stick it on the other end here, but we're already 26 minutes in here. Now these number 1s of a slight taper in there, so these are coming in from the outside. I'm assuming we're gonna, being that it's going straight into the wood. Boy, this is gonna be the hardest part right here. This is not. So what I'm gonna try to do. And this might not be something I can do a side at a time, so I'm going to try to fish all the screws in here so they're in place. That's what I was hoping would not happen. No idea if it's in the hole or not. Hope for the best, I guess. This part, they absolutely could have figured out a better way to do this. Honestly, if you're not married to having an outlet here, I would skip this part altogether. Leaning towards skipping having the outlet here, even though it's one of the reasons why I like this. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of pulling it away so I can eyeball it. Nope, it's going up on top. It's not going in the hole. And the reason I'm not tightening that side is I need to be able to move this around. This will not get into the hole. All right, I'm almost at the point where I'm going to give up on having the outlet. too bad. This is a great table. Hopefully this doesn't deter any buying decisions. But this part is awful. All right. There's no way. Not happy. There's a hole there. Yes, this fits in that hole. All right. I'm going to give it a couple more tries. Just in the essence of efficiency, I'm going to skip this part and not have the outlet on the table. Oh, nope, it's on top. Forget this. All right, so this part is not going to happen. I hope this isn't a game changer for you guys, but I mean, I'm not allowed to swear in these videos, I believe, but this is not happening. All right, let's go to the next part. B. You know, if I face it this way and put this against the wall or something, I won't even notice that it doesn't have that. All right. We're back to the number 2 screws. This part actually also has some critique of the design. I'm going to have to somehow hold this while screwing this from underneath. Still dig this table. Like I said, there aren't a lot of options for this type of table. And I do dig this. It's gonna have to be one at a time. This is also difficult. Let me move back here so you can see what I'm doing. Almost need 2 people to do these last 2 steps. Because I'm applying pressure from the bottom here to hold this up until there's going to be enough screws to keep it up on its own. Lined up there. There we go. I need to do that too tight. This is the bottom shelf. I want to make sure I'm going to the anchor and not the wood. I don't know if I'm in the anchor or not. Let's hope. Let's hope I am. There we go. This would be the test. Oh, okay. It's this side is not as flush as I would like it to be. I think it's good enough. It's good enough. All right. It's very sturdy. I mean, very sturdy. I'm quite fond of it. I am disappointed on what an outrageous pain this part is. But I'm gonna actually find some alternatives. I think I'm gonna use a different type of screw, maybe an actual wood screw, and then drill into the wood. How I actually want to do it, maybe. Honestly, is this even necessary? Might not even be necessary. Might not even be necessary. But anyways, I mean, that's what it's supposed to look like. But there you go. That is the assembly or would-be assembly of this puppy. I do like it. I do like it. And it's gonna go well.